Promptly, the 5 is next.
Good for you.
Hi, I'm Greg Gutfeld with Kennedy, Williams, bowling, and a birthday candle as her street lamp, Perino, the 5. According to Politico, a thing, Hillary Clinton aims to run out the clock with 75 days until Election Day. When you look at where she is now in the context of a campaign, that's like a quarterback taking a knee at the start of the fourth quarter. So rather than persuasively dispel accusations of cronyism, she puts a closed early sign on the front of the shop and hides in a crawl space under the stairs. The campaign slogan is, "I'm with her," but it should be, "Where'd she go?" She's less visible than Pluto, on the run longer than Whitey Bulger. Even Waldo is wondering where in the world she is. Here's why Hillary's in hiding. She's counting on Trump to continue being Trump between now and then, while Trump counts on her scandals to explode. Each candidate's secret weapon happens to be each other. They're playing chicken with their own flaws, banking on the other's mistakes. So who's winning? Well, Hillary assumes we'll all grow bored of the emails. After all, with emails, there's no tape, there's no visual. But Trump, he's a walking spectacle, the opposite of boring. His deeds always hijack the spotlight. And that's a trend that Hillary could ride all the way to November, except for 3 obstacles. The debates. When the Empress of emails meets Captain Excitement. Try running out the clock on that stage with no Candy Crowley in sight. All right, Kennedy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Greg.
Did you notice I used everybody's last names in honor of you?
Thank you.
Do you think this is a good strategy for her to go into hiding? She's like Julian Assange.
Yeah, it's the only strategy she got. I mean, if you remember when she left the State Department, that's when she had her highest favorability ratings because she was finally going away. And I think the United States of the world breathed a collective sigh of relief. She doesn't do press conferences because she says things that she'll be held accountable for months. She always makes news for all the wrong reasons. When she does that, she's bad on the stump and she's not particularly good in debate. So all she has to do is keep her head down, get through these 3 debates. And, you know, speaking of Julian Assange, we don't know what that final wiki leak will hold.
They call it the October surprise, Eric.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's coming, but who knows?
So Hillary Clinton's not hiding. She's not closed for business. What she is doing, though, is she's fundraising. She's in Hollywood. She's in the Hamptons. She's on the Upper East Side, and she's putting together a big war chest because, as you guys aptly point out, she's going to have a hard time in the debates going up against Trump. Trump, like him or hate him, he's an attack dog. He will go after it. He won't shy down. And then after these debates, or in between the debates, she's going to have to spend some money on ads and try to clean up the mess that she probably is going to leave on the debate stage. But it's important to know, and we talked about this yesterday, and I wrote about it a little bit, was that Donald Trump got to Louisiana to talk to the flood victims. President Obama got to Louisiana to talk to the flood victims. Hillary Clinton was in her little private meetings, cocktail parties, raising big money.
But I hear there was a water fountain at the cocktail party. So at least she got to some body of water, Dana. And I think that counts for something. I always think about this thing. If this was going to be a problem, why did the DNC continue with her? I mean, you know what I mean? It's like if this email thing was going to be such a catastrophe, wouldn't they have...
Well, I don't know if they knew at the time. I don't think that there were many Democrats. Like, if Joe Biden had known that it was going to be this bad, if anybody had any clue that was going to be, that they would be in this situation, would they have changed things? Possibly, but also, you know, they have had this machine ready to go since 2008 when Barack Obama won, and she was going to be the heir apparent. She is raising a ton of money, and it's not just for her own campaign. She's now giving a lot of that money to congressional campaigns and Senate campaigns where Republicans are now seeing those races tighten, and now you have Nate Silver saying that the Republicans only have a 40% chance of keeping the majority. So she's basically figuring out a way to, if she becomes president, to have a lot of friends in the Congress to help her get done whatever she wants to get done. So it's frustrating that she doesn't talk to the media. I don't understand why the DNC didn't do more to deal with this email issue before now, because Hillary Clinton knows what's in there, or maybe she doesn't. I I mean, maybe she doesn't remember. I don't know, but they could have done a lot more to probably create some sort of bulwark against it.
I keep hearing sirens.
I know, it's
They're coming
distracting.
for you.
I don't know.
I hear that, and I think that I'm in trouble.
I
don't do anything.
It's a reflex. Juan, okay, do you think that this is going to work? I mean, the fact that she's counting on us being bored silly by the emails.
Right.
And you are too, aren't you?
I am.
Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, Trump throws a lot of stuff out there. I mean, Eric's right. Trump's exciting, Mr. Excitement. By the way, he's gonna get smashed.
We'll see. I heard that in the primaries.
No. In the primaries,
Wait, 17 candidates are so smart they're gonna take him apart.
But how is he
she's
going to get
much
smashed?
smarter.
How is he going to get smashed by her?
Because she'll ask about his hands.
Yeah, that really works.
That really will work. Yeah.
She will, to Juan's point, she will try to bore him to death
Yeah.
in the debates. And the only thing she's got is being a fact-checking busybody. And that worked for her against Bernie Sanders because he didn't want to offend her. But Trump, and they've even said they can't find someone to step in as his stand-in for debate practice because he's so loco. So, if he can employ that, it just might work to his benefit. They're two completely different
it's not gonna
debaters.
It can't work to his benefit because you know how we talk about crooked Hillary's not being trustworthy. That's her weakness, right?
Yes.
That's why Trump is talking about things like the charity, the email. Even suggests that she doesn't have the stamina to go for it, right? Oh, everything. He's throwing everything at the wall. Trump's weakness is people think he's loco.
Yeah.
They also think some other negative things about him. But so if he comes on stage and acts the fool, people say that's Donald Trump. That's why I'm not voting for him. So I don't think that's a successful strategy.
Well, we will see.
We will see. Shall we hear from Charles Krauthammer about this whole email situation and the Clinton Foundation and other things? Charles, please tell us something.
What matters is, were there any that were as a result of giving money to the Clintons? The answer is yes, and that is in itself damning. It may not be illegal, but it's damning. The point of giving money is to get access. We accept that in our campaigns. If access were considered a quid pro quo, the jails would be groaning with politicians. Up until now, it's been access, which by tradition and convention, we seem to accept as corrupt, perhaps, but not illegal.
Corrupt, but not illegal.
Yeah, so if it's not illegal, then what is? I mean, yeah, access is one thing, but we've already found it goes beyond access. The access leads to the deals, and the deals are what is the quo of the quid pro quo. You have a deal that's consummated based on the pay for access. You've excluded other people who may want to do the deal in Wall Street terms. That's insider trading like. There are so many things that
Wait. I love it, but I'm waiting for you to tell me. So here's the quid pro quo.
Here's the quid pro quo.
Gets it.
When GM drops money in the Clinton Foundation, it ends up with a wind plant in Algeria. Okay, that other people may have wanted to do business with.
And the Algerian government donated money.
Donates money as well.
Yeah.
Or when Boeing has a deal with the Russians, and all of a sudden, because of some Russian money that goes into the Clinton Foundation, they've excluded Airbus. They've excluded
but this
every
is not
other.
true. There's no evidence. What you have is evidence that Boeing may have given.
No, we have
somebody,
evidence of payment for access, and then we have a deal that starts after the payment.
Let me help you make
pro-quo.
your case. Access is a problem.
I don't need help making it.
You do because you're not making
really
it.
don't.
Okay, so there's access. People who paid, according to the AP, had a higher level of access. Now, the campaign today or yesterday came out and said the AP numbers are skewed. They're cherry-picking numbers. But let's just go with
Which
the
is
AP.
wrong. The campaign's wrong about
I
that.
don't think so, by the way. I think it's very clear they only went after half of the time she was there.
156 occasions, 85 of them happened to be paid for, and these are all times that were not State Department.
Eric, she had 17,000 meetings with world
1,700.
leaders.
1,700. And it was State Department.
And she had 150 or 184 with non-government. So they look at the 184.
Okay, can I
According
make
to
a
Joe
very
Benison,
quick
that's
analogy here?
3%. So you're
Very,
looking
very
at
quickly.
3%.
Okay.
No, take the 1,700 out because that's business that she had to do anyway.
Leave the 1,700 in. Leave the 1,700 in for this very quickly.
Why would you do
if
that?
I'm a serial killer and I say to you, I have paid for the services of over 4,000 streetwalkers, and I have only decapitated 3 of them. So that is 3,997 streetwalkers who are still walking the streets, and that is a phenomenal number. And you are only cherry picking the ones who who no longer breathe or have heads. How dare you, cherry picking?
Yeah, I love your analogy
Thank
because it's so fascinating and somewhat scandalous. But in terms of this event here with Hillary Clinton, you guys have yet to say, oh, here is a deal that was made because somebody put money in it.
What about Uranium 1?
That's not a deal.
That's a deal if you are the Russian government who now owns 20% of the world's uranium rights.
Nobody thought,
Dana, last word on this. Is this ever going to get beyond bickering? Are they going to be able to say this is illegal, quid pro quo, or what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, and one of the examples is would it have been better if the wind plant had gone to a foreign company and not an American company that got the business? I don't know. I mean, are you doing your job as a State Department secretary if that happens? The Clinton campaign might try to make that case. If they have to start going point by point, it could get 1, boring, 2, possibly much more interesting from their perspective. They could say, look what we did on behalf of America, or it could be even worse, because one of the things that Red State wrote about today was Hillary Clinton on this whole idea of running out the clock. It really is pretty gross what they were doing. The AP and others, Judicial Watch, had asked for her schedule way back in April, and and Hillary Clinton people had said,
AP
it is just so difficult.
3 years ago.
3 years, and they said, oh, it is just so difficult to do it, and she slow-walked it to this point because she knew that this problem of this question of who she met with, if there was a connection with the Clinton Foundation, was going to come out. She tried to get it past the election, but now it's coming home to roost right in the sweet spot the last 70 days.
So that's the problem, which is that the optics, that's too political term, but the appearance of impropriety, given the fact that people already have some high level of distrust and that her opponents are so critical of her, it's opened up a nightmare for her. And from my perspective, I think it is. I think the Boston Globe is right to say they should shut down that foundation.
Why?
Why? Because it opens up the door, the kind of question you're asking.
If it's questionable now, why wasn't it questionable 2009 to 13 when she was Secretary of State?
I agree with you. I think it was questionable all along, but I'm saying there's no evidence that there's actual law breaking or impropriety.
We must shut it down.
Shut it down because you know what? The appearance is so bad.
I have to shut this down, and because we're going to be talking about this for a long time, so I might as well save some of the powder. Anyway. Donald Trump admits he's softening his approach on illegal immigration, and you'll hear why next.